Hey, it's Austin James. Yes, I'm living with diabetes, but it doesn't have to define me. Thanks to the Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor, I get real-time glucose readings throughout the day. The Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor is small and easy to wear, giving me the freedom to focus on my life as a parent and a musician. Now this is progress. You can get a free sensor at freestylelibre.us.
Offer available for people who qualify. Visit myfreestyle.us to see all terms and conditions. Certain exclusions apply. Data on file. Abbott Diabetes Care. Per prescription only. Safety info found at freestylelibre.us.
Welcome to Bytes of Health, where we hope to take a bite out of your parent worries each day with sound advice and guidance. Every morning, we'll answer a commonly asked pediatric question in 5 minutes or less. I'm your host and public health scientist, Dr. Jess Steyer. And today, we're going to talk about stinkiness. The clock is ticking, so let's get to it. All right. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. This particular episode was inspired by my son, who took off his shoes after running around for a few hours with his friends in the car, and I truly almost passed out. So let's get into this. So at what age do children typically start developing body odor? Body odor in kids can start as early as 8 or 9 years old. And really, when I'm talking about body odor, I'm not just talking about stinky feet because, feet can get stinky based on shoes and bacteria on the feet, which can happen even younger than age 8. We're really talking about body odor from the underarms, other parts of the body. We'll get into that in just a sec. Now, like I said, it could start as early as 8 or 9 years old, but it's more commonly to begin around 10 or 11 years old. It generally coincides with the early stages of puberty. It sometimes occurs earlier in girls, who often start puberty before boys, but it's important to note that the onset can vary widely between individuals. Some children might develop noticeable body odor as young as 6, while others might not experience it until their early teens. So what causes body odor in kids? Several factors contribute to the development of body odor. So there's the activation of apocrine sweat glands, which typically occurs with the onset of puberty. Bacteria on the skin breaking down proteins in sweat, which produces an odor. Also hormonal changes associated with puberty. Certainly diet, so certain foods like garlic, onions, and spices can affect body odor. And good old genetics. Some kids may just be predisposed to stronger body odor. And now there are also, in rare cases, medical conditions. So early body odor in particular can be a sign of precocious puberty or other health issues. And understanding these causes can help parents address the issue effectively. So if you're concerned, it's certainly something that you can raise at your child's next pediatric appointment. How can parents help their children manage body odor? Now, there are several strategies that parents can use. So certainly encourage daily bathing or showering, especially after physical activity. You want to teach proper washing techniques, focusing on areas prone to odor like armpits, feet, or the groin. Introduce deodorant or antiperspirant when appropriate. Ensure that children wear clean clothes daily, especially socks and underwear. Always choose breathable fabrics like cotton. Encourage a healthy diet and regular exercise, and teach children to change out of sweaty clothes promptly after exercise. It's important to approach this topic sensitively to avoid embarrassing your child because, let's be honest, we all get a little stinky sometimes. When should children start using deodorant and what kind is best? Now, the right time to start using deodorant varies. Generally, when a child starts noticing their own body odor, it's something that you can consider, often around age 9 to 11. It can be earlier or later, depending on your child, their preferences, and your preferences, and when the child feels ready and understands how to use it properly. As for types of deodorant, it's a good idea to start with a mild or fragrance-free deodorant since their skin might be a bit sensitive. You can use antiperspirants. They may be more effective. Some parents prefer to stick with simple deodorants, but antiperspirants are quite effective for those who are willing to try those out. Roll-ons or solid sticks are often easier for children to apply than sprays, and you definitely want to supervise initial use and teach proper application techniques until they get the hang of things. Could early or excessive body odor in a child be a sign of a medical issue? So, while certainly not a cause for concern in most cases, in some cases, body odor could indicate precocious puberty. So that's puberty starting before age 8 in girls or 9 in boys. Hyperhidrosis, which is excessive sweating, something that I'm probably going to mispronounce, but trimethylaminiuria, which is a metabolic disorder that can cause a fishy odor, and poor hygiene related to certain neurodevelopmental conditions, as well as some genetic conditions. You definitely want to consult a pediatrician if body odor starts very early, so before the age of 8, if it's accompanied by other signs of early puberty, if the odor is excessively strong or unusual in smell, or if the odor persists despite good hygiene practices. A physician can determine if further evaluation is needed and provide appropriate guidance. All right, well, I hope you learned something, and we have lots more to share. You can get your Bite of Health every day, Monday through Friday. If you like what you've heard here, let us know. Leave us a review and be sure to tell your friends. Remember, there is no single or best way to parent. Parenting is a journey, and we are all just doing our very best. We wish you happy, healthy, and stress-free parenting.
If you're listening to this podcast, then we know you love learning. So let me tell you about Airwave History Plus, now available on Apple Podcasts. Airwave History Plus is your ticket to ad-free listening, bonus content, and early episodes from dozens of the most popular history podcasts, including History That Doesn't Suck, The Explorers Podcast, The History of World War II, Queen's Podcast, The History of Egypt, The Age of Napoleon, and more. For your free trial, search Airwave History Plus on Apple Podcasts and hit subscribe. That's Airwave History Plus, available now on Apple Podcasts. Airwave History Plus, the essential audio destination for history lovers.